I am Kodan storyteller Kyokudo Nanshin. For today's Kodan, we will be talking about the road to the Battle of Toba Fushimi, the meeting at the Small Palace. Towards the end of the Edo period, a movement in the samurai class started to gain momentum, the Sonojoi. These warriors wanted to restore power to the emperor and also expel the foreign powers from Japan. And things were only being made worse because those foreign powers were coming into the country of Japan and forcing it to open to trade. Frustrations came to a climax when 15th shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu understood that he could control it no more. On November 9th, 1867, Yoshinobu called daimyo from all over Japan to gather in the large audience hall of Nijo Castle. Yoshinobu enters, sits at the head, and speaks. I inform you that my powers of shogun shall be completely handed over to the emperor. And with that, the Tokugawa shogunate was no more. While Yoshinobu thought, I have assured a peaceful transition of power. In reality, factions were brewing behind the scenes. As officials from Satsuma, Choshu, and Tosa gathered together to design their new government, opinions started to differ a lot. For Tosa officials, a balance of power between the shogun and the emperor would be the best case for our new government. But for Satsuma and Choshu, the shogun and his government should be completely obliterated by all-out military force. And so, on December 9th, these two conflicting agendas were brought to a meeting to decide what to do with the House of Tokugawa. In attendance were 15-year-old Emperor Meiji, 5 court nobles, 5 daimyo, and 20 supporting samurai retainers, 3 for each daimyo. Except for President Arisugawa no Miya, there was ni Naji no Miya, Yamashina no Miya, Nakayama Tadayasu, Naga no Mikado Tadayoshi, Sanjo Sanenaru. Then there was Shimazu Tadayoshi from Satsuma, Yamauchi Yodo from Tosa, Asano Nagakoto from Hiroshima, Matsudaira Shungaku from Fukui, Tokugawa Yoshikatsu from Owari. Out of the 20 retainers, we should pay attention to Saigo Takamori, Okubo Toshimichi, Iwakura Tomomi from Satsuma, and Goto Shojiro from Tosa. The meeting was opened by the highest-ranking official, Nakayama Tadayasu. I hereby open this meeting. We are gathered here today to discuss the matter of the House of Tokugawa and how we should deal with it. In this moment, Iwakura Tomomi, who is only to be a witness, comes forward. Well, as we all know, Tokugawa Yoshinobu has stepped down from his position as shogun, but he still holds the position of Secretary of State, and he still governs over vast plots of land. If he has indeed agreed to restore power to the emperor, then he should also give up all appointed positions and lands. Should he not, then he does not sincerely respect the emperor. This is inexcusable. We should treat this in the strictest manner possible. Yamauchi Yodo, shocked by the rude outburst. Wait a second. If you're saying we need to correct the faults of Yoshinobu, should we not first of all call him here to question him? If we were to talk bad about him behind his back without him being here, and then suddenly judge him without hearing his excuses, well, that would be far too rude and unfair. Yoshinobu is cunning and skilled at arguing. If we were to call him here to question him, then he would just argue away this and that. Well, we don't know unless we ask him. A man is not known by the words of his heart, but by his actions alone. He should step down from his position of Secretary of State and give up all of his lands. Should he not, then he should be considered an enemy of the imperial court. We should eliminate him. Whoa, wait, eliminate him? What are you trying to say? Do you hope to mislead the young emperor and impress your own selfishness upon him? Yodo, I will not forgive the words that you just said. His Majesty is a 15-year-old adult. He is an amazing person, and his intelligence is outstanding. Why do you look upon His Majesty as an infant child? How extremely rude of you! No, that's not what I meant. I only questioned that to attack Yoshinobu is the intent of His Majesty or not. You meant that the Emperor is an infant child who does not share your intentions! Matsudaira Shungaku interrupts. Will you two calm down? Master Yodo, the fact that you called the Emperor young does not fall within the rules of manners. You should probably apologize. I guess you're right. Your Highness, I have no excuse for my rudeness. I humbly beg for your forgiveness. And now, Iwakura. Let's go back to the topic at hand. The topic of Tokugawa Yoshinobu resigning from his position of Secretary of State and handing over the lands that belong to the House of Tokugawa. Before the Emperor decides, I would like to call on everyone to give your opinions on this matter. Is that not why we're having this meeting here at the small palace? But Okubo Toshimichi, also a witness. May I interject? The House of Tokugawa has incurred many crimes, including willingly signing treaties with foreign powers and not consulting with the imperial court, and attacking Choshu, who was against the signing of these treaties. We have no reason to hear his excuses. We should send the military to attack him. Okubo, you said too much. We're talking about Tokugawa Yoshinobu resigning from his position as Secretary of State and following the authority of the Emperor. On top of that, not only should he resign from his position as Secretary of State, but he should hand over all of his land. We seem to be exhausted from all this talk. Shall we take a small break, cool our heads, and gather together again? The men file out of the room for a break, but the three Satsuma men, Iwakura, Okubo, and Saigo, find a side room to meet in. Tosa retainer Goto Shojiro sees them go in. Oh, what are they doing? I better listen in. The three men inside the room, unaware that Goto Shojiro is listening outside, start to plan on what to do next. Iwakura. Well, it seems that Yodo is against us, and I see that Shungaku is hard set on his opposition. It would be hard to persuade those two to our cause, Okubo. Right. It would be hard to dissuade Shungaku, especially with him being so cool-headed. It would not be necessary to persuade him. This dagger will be enough. Well, what are you saying, Saigo? Do you mean to... But that is... It is for the future of this country. Prepare yourself. Goto Shojiro is shocked by the conversation he just overheard. He runs over to his master Yamauchi Yodo, talking with Matsudaira Shungaku. My lord, what is it? You know, I would really love to have a drink. Shungaku, what do you recommend from Echizen? Well, there is Mori and Echizen Misaki and Kokuryu. Oh, I love Kokuryu. No, wait. My lord, I have reason to believe that Iwakura may try to stab you. Goto Shojiro tells his master about what he just overheard from the three Satsuma men. My lord, it would be wise to be vigilant. Listen to this, Shungaku. They want to kill me. Shall we say, then, there's no way to end this peacefully now? I agree. It seems that a peaceful resolution is now lost. The group comes back into the room, and Iwakura comes in and sits down with the dagger firmly secured in his obi. He starts to talk again. Tokugawa Yoshinobu will resign from his position as Secretary of State and give over all of his lands. Should he not, then he will be attacked as an enemy of the imperial court. No more talk. Now, are you for or against? Give me your answers now. Yodo and Shungaku bow their heads. They say not a word of objection. Neither of you two have anything to say? Saying nothing means you have no objection, is that correct? Then, we have decided. Yodo, you will be the one to inform Yoshinobu of our decision. No, not me. I refuse. Shungaku then. How about it? My hands are tied. I will be the one to tell him. And so, an imperial order was sent to Yoshinobu, commanding him to step down or become an enemy of the imperial court. The order is carried to Nijo Castle, where Yoshinobu is staying. My lord, the emperor commands you. But this is unfair. I gave up my position of shogun willingly. Why should we go this far? Yoshinobu then knew that Satsuma was meaning to destroy him, and so he did what he thought was right. 3 days after the meeting, Yoshinobu left Nijo Castle, and he headed for Osaka. On New Year's Day, 1868, from Osaka Castle, Yoshinobu declares, I don't want to fight, but it seems that war is inevitable. The former shogunate government declares war against Satsuma. Send word to Aizu and Kuwana to enlist their help. The military masses, and from Osaka they ride up the Yodo River in order to expel Satsuma from the imperial court. On January 3rd, 1868, the chess pieces are set for the first battle of the Boshin War. As the shogunate troops walk up the Toba Kaido Road, there is a force blocking the gate to the city. It's Satsuma. What should we do? They don't mean to fire upon us. Well, we're facing the capital. We can't fire upon them. Maybe if we just point our rifles at them, maybe they'll have second thoughts. And so the shogunate troops point their empty rifles, but Satsuma point their armed rifles, and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, boom! The Battle of Toba Fushimi began. Well, the details of this battle are extremely interesting, but I'm actually all out of time for today. So I'll tell you the details of that battle in another episode. Today, I told you the story of the meeting at the small palace. I am Kodan storyteller Kyokudo Nanshun. Thank you for buying coffee. Happy, Sam the CE Explorer, and Half Baked. This video was brought to you by Hiraoka Coffee. ありがとうございます。